Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I want to talk about player dedicated servers and official servers on Ark, and I want to talk about the differences between them, the pros and cons of each, and I want to help you guys figure out which one is right for you. Now, I have played on official servers since I got the game in January. I think it was like early first or second week of January, and I played on official up until basically a week or two ago. So that's like early April, maybe mid-April. I was playing official servers on Ark. So over 3 months, I'd been playing official servers on Ark, and yeah, now I've just started playing on player dedicated servers for about 2-3 weeks. But while I was playing on official servers, I was also streaming on player dedicated servers, so I do have a bit of experience on there. But I do have a list of pros and cons that I want to go through and discuss with you guys, and I also want you guys to engage in the discussion and leave comments down below and let me know which one you prefer, whether you prefer officials or whether you prefer player dedicated servers, and let me know why you prefer each one. This is talking about the PS4 player dedicated servers and the PS4 unofficial and official servers, so please keep that in mind. I haven't played on any PC unofficial servers, but I do imagine that they are way better than what we're getting on PS4, because you don't have to host it from a fucking PS4, and it's just like you got mods and stuff over there, so it's a completely different experience over there. But yeah, let's get into it anyway. So we're gonna start with official servers. I'm gonna start with talking about that, and we're going to start with the pros. Now, there are pros to playing on official servers. Now, I would say one of the most interesting things about official servers is it gives you that harsh survival experience where you're really scraping to survive, and you really got to think hard about every choice that you make, because the consequences are so dire. And that is, that's very good in some sense, and it's very bad in some sense. So we'll get around to why it's bad and whatnot. But the reason why it's good is because it gives you that challenge that you don't really find in a lot of games these days, because they're all like, trying to baby you and hold your hand and teach you like go here, go there and whatnot. Like, it's not really giving you the opportunity to learn for yourself or to fail or anything like that. And this harsh survival experience that you experience in Ark is very much not handholdy at all. It basically doesn't teach you anything. It just throws you in there, and then the amount of information you need to divulge in order to know anything, like to be able to be a competent PvPer, is just fucking amazing. Like it's there's a lot of information to be divulged and whatnot, so it is very time consuming to get to the point where you're actually, what I'd consider good or reasonably good. By the way, this is about the PvP servers. Sorry, I didn't specify that, but yeah, I'm talking about PvP servers. I haven't played on PvE whatsoever or anything like that. So this is mainly about the PvP experience, where you're worrying about other players and that sort of stuff. So, harsh survival experience, I would say that's a pro. Resources are scarce. Now, some people would say that is a con, but I'd say it's a pro because it encourages PvP. When resources are scarce, if you're around like a mountain which has a little amount of metal, and you got a hidden base around the corner, and you built near this mountain because you think no one else would come here because there's only a little bit of metal, and there's bare metal on other mountains. Sorry, pardon me. There's bare metal on other mountains, and people would usually go over there. And now you see someone building up around the corner, you're probably going to engage in a little PvP to get them to move out your ends. So I think that the scarcity of resources does encourage PvP, and that is a very good pro. But also on player dedicated servers with boosted servers, although the resources aren't scarce generally, blueprints are still a big factor in raids and whatnot, or even just resources that you haven't gone out and collected, and generally, you know, resources that you don't want to collect, because it's easier to rob someone that's spent all day collecting it than to go out and connect it. Well, actually, that could be argued whether it's easier to do either. To be honest, it's just less time consuming to fling some C4 on a door and get whatever that person's been gathering, instead of doing it all yourself. So yeah, my next pro is the majority of servers stay up 24/7. Now, like when you think about official servers, you're generally gonna expect that the servers are gonna stay up long and indefinitely. If you log on at 5 a.m, the server should be up. If you log on at 6 p.m, the server should be up, and that's generally how it is. In the past couple months, a few servers have just been totally taken down and have disappeared or have crashed and stopped working. So these things happen, but generally in the majority of servers stay up 24/7, and they don't crash and go down for a long amount of time. Now another pro, which I think is a pro and a lot of people may think is a con, is the cross-server transfers. And I can understand why people might think this is a con, because they don't want super mega tribes to be able to go to every server and take it over, or big tribes to just go around and wipe servers and stuff. But I believe that the cross-server transfers it opens the game to more PvP. It brings the server together against outside threats. Generally, if an outside threat comes in, it might bring the server together, it might not bring the server together, but a server that's not together is a server that's going to fall. And it makes it fun for the cross-server raiders, because they don't really have a lot of skin in the battle. They don't have a lot to lose except for the stuff that they brought. So, for example, if you've got a home base on a server and everything's cool over there, everything's hunky-dory, everyone's happy, like there's a big alliance and no one's really attacking anyone, the PvP's kind of scarce over there, then cross-server raiding is where it's at. You want to house everything on your home server and keep everything safe over there, and then take the stuff that you don't mind losing to another server, excuse me, and try to get some loot, basically. And the people who are on that server get to have a home field advantage. I believe you always have the advantage when you're defending, because you got turrets and all that sort of stuff. And if you're on your home server, then you know what the landscape's going to be like. You know what the rest of the tribes are like. Generally, if you've been doing your job and keeping your eyes open and whatnot, you kind of know you should know what's going on better than cross-server raiders do. So it adds some excitement to the game and whatnot. Obviously, when you're on a peaceful day farming and trying to get some stuff, and then all of a sudden you got a wyvern trying to burn you down the back of your neck, it's not the greatest thing, but it does add a lot of excitement to the game, I believe. And cross-server transfers also gives you the ability to share resources through all the 3 maps, which is one of the main things that I really like about the cross-server transfers. The cross-server transfers gives you the ability to maybe go to Scorched Earth and get some silk and come back and create whips, or go to Scorched Earth and get propellant or whatever, or anything that you need from over there, or go to the center and get a bunch of metal, because it's more frequently the more frequent deposits over there, and bring that back to the island. Or go to the islands to raise a wyvern or anything that you'd raise over in Scorched Earth, because there's lesser spoil times, and it gives you that flexibility to kind of do what you want where you want. And I enjoy that, although I believe that the amount of time it takes to build up on official really prevents that from being something that is a viable option for most tribes. So I do like the fact that you can share resources through all maps, but that's going to bring us into the cons. They're very time consuming rates. Now, I hate official rates. I think they're really, really bad. I don't like games that are super grindy. I don't like games that take an exorbitant amount of time to get to where you want to go. I don't like games that think time consuming stuff, or making things extremely slow, or wasting your time and making you wait around comes off as difficulty. I don't believe that's difficulty. I believe that's annoying, and I don't really have the time to be depositing into Ark so frequently so that I can, you know, succeed in some online PvP or whatever. So I believe that's a real detriment to the official servers. I think the rates are really bad. But some people may like them, and obviously the low rates do add to the harsh survival experience and making resources scarce. So you got to keep that in mind. But personally, I hate the rates because they're too time consuming. They don't really give you the option to, you know, do other stuff. Like, if you want to be good at Ark or have a good base on Ark and you don't want to come back to it being destroyed, you really got to dedicate your life to Ark. It's really like a second job or a second life, and it's really time consuming, and I don't think that's healthy, and I don't think you should need to dedicate so much time to a game and have so little to show for it. I think progression doesn't need to be quicker, but I feel like the rate should be boosted up way more, but obviously that's what unofficial servers are for, and we'll get onto that. Another con is it's very hard for new players and solo players to succeed on official servers. New players, if you don't know what you're doing on official servers, you're probably going to get wiped and raided, and consistently wiped and raided until you learn how to not get wiped and raided, which is, you know, learning by trial and error. You can do that. It's definitely a possible option, but it's definitely not friendly to new players, it seems, on many official servers. Now, you might find an official server that is friendly to new players, but I think on the majority of servers, and from my experience, they're generally not friendly to newcomers or new players or anything like that. And solo players, I just think solo players are at an extreme disadvantage on official servers because you're not able to unlock all the engrams, and, you know, just having more people in your tribe definitely gives you way more of an advantage over someone that's playing by themselves, and you're just so limited on official servers as a solo player because you're getting so little resources at a time. But I have seen solo players flourish and do well on official servers, so I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just harder than for a tribe or for an established tribe, and obviously that will be, but it's harder than the experience that they'd have on an unofficial server with a good community or some server that welcomes new players. Now, tribes who have been on the server for longer have a significant advantage, and obviously this is probably the same with many unofficial servers also, but this is really apparent on official servers. If you've been on an official server for a long amount of time and you've got enough turrets and whatnot, and you see someone building up, you can generally just get rid of them before they have time to become a threat. Like, you can do that, and you got a significant advantage. They don't really have much to come at you with, unless, you know, they have a lot of smarts and whatnot, and they've played the game for a little while. But any new player who doesn't know the kind of, you know, the things that go on in Ark and the things that make Ark tick and all the moving parts and whatnot, they wouldn't have a chance, to be honest. Now, if you're not in a good alliance or in good standing with the alpha tribe of your server, all your work can be destroyed in a moment because someone wants to be a dick. And this can also happen on unofficial servers. I'm not saying that this is limited to official servers whatsoever, but this is a problem that can occur on official servers. And if you don't have good alliances, or you're not good with the alpha tribe on your server, you're generally not going to have a great time. Like, you're going to spend like hours and hours and hours doing something in Ark only for someone to just blow it up or destroy it, and that's just not fun for me. It's just not fun. And the next point on the cons list is that losing a PvP encounter is very punishing. Now, I don't mind it being a little punishing or it having consequences, but like, it is very punishing in official PvP, because it takes you ages to get up like a small stone base or a small metal base and whatnot, and for someone to, you know, use 5C4 blow through and get rid of all your shit, or use like 50C4 and blow up all your foundations, and then you gotta come back and build that all up again, or have nothing and start from a stone pick again. It's really punishing, especially on those official rates, and I don't think that type of hardship is any fun, to be honest. I don't think it's any fun. Like, I like a risk and reward system, but I believe the risks are so high in official that it actually discourages active PvP encounters unless you know for a fact that you're going to win, and it basically pushes people towards offline raiding, like, because that's just the better way to get rid of someone. Like, you don't want to wait until they're online and they have access to all their dinos and they have the chance to fight back and see that it's you that's attacking them, because that leaves you open to losing everything that you have on your server or at your base and all that sort of shit. And the risk there is just not worth the reward of having a fun PvP experience, because it's just so much time that you lose to this PvP encounter. So it just makes strategic and logical sense to just C4 people while they're not online and get rid of their base and everything that they got while they're offline, so that they're not a threat. Which is not, it's not the most fun thing. Like, I enjoy the tower defense aspect of the game, but if it's PvP and you're supposed to fight other players, like, being not wanting to fight other players because you don't want them to get rid of all your stuff or have a chance and whatnot, because you're going to lose all your shit and have to start from a stone pick and it's going to take days to get back to where you were, isn't a good system for PvP, in my opinion, because it just doesn't make PvP fun. It makes PvP very taxing, and it makes you have to really worry about PvP and try to stay away from it until you're in the right position and whatnot. And it takes like days to prepare for a raid, or a day or two to prepare for a raid if you're like a mid-level tribe and whatnot, and you have to get a lot of resources. It's just, I don't like that. I don't like the time-consuming rates. I don't like the fact that PvP is so punishing and whatnot. I believe it kills off the PvP aspect of the game. But let's get into the player dedicated or unofficial servers. Be sure to leave your opinions on both unofficial and official servers down below, by the way. So if you disagree with me, I'm happy to have a discussion with you in the comments, and I'm happy for you to disagree with me and whatnot. Disagreements are always good, and if you agree with me, I'm happy for you to agree with me in the comments and have disagreements with other people and have a little communication, a little discussion about it. It's all open discussion. Now, the pros for a player dedicated unofficial server is you can find a server with rates that you enjoy. I prefer boosted rates. I like the rates to be very, very high so I can build very, very fast. I don't have to spend 8 days trying to get something done in Ark, because, you know, I got a life that I try to live at times and I'd rather not spend it all playing Ark. Like, I kind of want to eat food and sleep and do that sort of shit. You can also find a server with rules that you enjoy. Now, certain servers have different rules that they have, and these rules are generally implemented by the admins or the creator of the server. And if you've got good admins on the server, then those rules will generally be upheld. And you can find a server that's tailored to something that you enjoy. Like, if you don't want anyone to do any offline raiding, then you can find a server with no offline raiding. And there are actually unofficial servers with ORP, offline raid protection, enabled, which I personally don't like, because I like to be able to go around and spot a base and be like, ooh, what can I get here? Have a little sneaky little raid, maybe blow in and steal some stuff and just get out. But when ORP is active, you can't do that. Every base that you see, you gotta remember it and come back to it when the person's online. And if that person stopped playing, then you can't ever get into that base. You gotta wait for it to decompose. It's just, I don't like it. But if you like it, you can find a server with that, which is the whole point of unofficial player dedicated servers. You can find a server that fits what you're looking for. Now, servers with boosted rates are much less time consuming than official servers, especially when the boost is like, I think I'm on a 6 times boosted server, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. The amount of resources you can get. It basically cuts down the time of everything that you do in official Ark by 6. And let's say you spend 3 days trying to do something, and you spend 3 days building a base. Someone else can do it in half a day on a boosted server. It's just way better than taking ages to do something. Like, I understand in officials, if you take ages to do something, it makes you care about it more. But really, it's not. I don't feel it's fun. It's not fun to take ages to do something. I don't feel that's where the fun is. I feel like building your base up and doing what you want in order to get to actually engaging in some PvP is what PvP is about. But other people may feel different things, but that's just what I like from my PvP. And PvP is much less punishing with boosted rates, because even if you get wiped and you get back to the stone pick or whatever, you can build up relatively quickly and get back to where you were with not too much of a struggle. And it's not too bad. If you lose a bunch of stuff, you can generally get a bunch of stuff back or get back to where you were in much less time than you would an official. Boosted servers are also a good way to learn the game and play solo. And I believe this because having boosted servers means that you progress in the game way faster than on an official server. So you can find out about end game stuff and find out about different engrams that you're unlocking and whatnot, and experience different parts of the game before maybe transitioning to official or whatever. But it kind of speeds up that process. Like, something that may have taken me 3 months to get to, like breeding or something, or 2 months to get to, would probably take couple weeks or maybe a couple days on an unofficial boosted server, depending on the boosted rates. So you can learn way more quickly, and you can just get involved in a lot more of the game without spending many hours of your life dedicating to it in order to get there. Another pro that might be a pro to some people, but it's not a pro to me, is some servers are wiped regularly. This means that you can be on an equal footing with everyone else on the server when you join, because the server has been recently wiped and there's no established bases or established tribes on the server. Everyone's starting from day one basically. And some people like this because it gives them the ability to be on a level playing field with everyone. And I understand that completely, but let's go on to the cons, and let's start right with that one. Some servers are wiped regularly. I don't believe it's cool to wipe servers regularly. Like, I understand why you'd want to do it, because if you want to get a new population or new players in there, then wiping the server kind of will bring more people in, because everyone's going to be on an equal footing. But as someone who wants to play on a server, like, I don't want my hard work to be wiped every month or whatever, so that I have to start from the beginning. I'd rather us be able to build up our bases and get to where we want to get to, and then expand or whatever, and just play on there for a little while until we get bored of that. And if there are new people, then they can find other little areas to expand. And generally, if you're a big tribe on an unofficial server, there's no real reason to go after little tribes, because you're not going to get much from them. Like, unless they try and attack you or something, there's no real reason to go and attack little tribes. On an official server, you kind of got it's dog eat dog out there on official server. It's the wild west. If you see a little tribe pop up and you don't know them, they could be a scout for cross server raiders. They might be coming over with a whole raiding party. You need to keep an eye on them and preferably get rid of them ASAP, so that you can keep server population down and you can nip that threat in the bud, which, adds to the paranoia of official servers. But on an unofficial server, having servers wiped regularly isn't something that I would enjoy. And if a server does do that regularly, then that wouldn't be a server that I'd want to be a part of. But it depends on the boosted rates. If the boosted rates are super, super high, then it might not be that deep, to be honest. But next con is crashes and server outage is more common. I've been playing on a few different unofficial servers, and I generally get a crash a day, at least, like a disconnect a day. When I was on officials, I really didn't get disconnects that often. But on unofficials, as it seems like every day I play, I get a little disconnect, and sometimes the server crashes. Sometimes there are probably days where I don't get any disconnects and the server doesn't crash, but it feels like it's way more common than it is on the official servers. It might not be. It might be completely way more stable, because I've heard people say there's less lag on unofficial servers and stuff like that. And I've been on unofficial servers where there has been a lot of lag, and I've been on unofficial servers where there has been little lag. So it's both, basically. Admin abuse is also a possibility. If you've got bad admins who abuse their admin powers in order to spawn things in to make themselves, more powerful than you, or to win a battle with you or whatever, or to use God mode and come raid you or something like that, then that will be very, very annoying. You definitely don't want that in your experience. You don't want anyone cheating or having an upper hand because they're admin, or spawning things in when you can't spawn things in. So that is always a possibility in going to unofficial servers. You need to find one with good admins and a good creator. Another con is the server you play on may be discontinued at any point. Now, this is a worry on official servers, but not as much as on unofficial. Unofficial servers, you might find 6 servers go down out of, like, I don't even know how many servers they got, but I'm assuming it's over 400, because there's like over 400. The numbers go into like 600 and stuff like that, so I'm assuming there's over 400, and let's say 4 go down in like a week, or like 8 go down in a space of like 4 months or something. I feel like that's been the case on the PS4. That's not a lot. That's a very small percentage, I believe. But on unofficials, I don't even know what the percentage is over there, but there's always a chance that someone might just stop hosting the server, because you do have to host it from a PS4 currently. Hopefully when the actual servers come out, it'll be a little better, but then that's also someone spending their money to host the server, or someone spending their money on electric, or someone having to stay alive and whatnot to keep the server up and stay employed, or all these sorts of things that happen in other people's lives. Gotta keep on going smoothly in order for them to keep the server running. So you always got to deal. You're kind of relying on someone else to not have their lives be fucked up. But at any point, if you've lived life, at any point it can get fucked up. So at any point, your server may just go down, and you may have no answer if you haven't been able to contact the admin, and all your work in progress is just gone, and you have to find another server. So that's always something that you got to think about. Another con is it feels less like a hardcore survival experience with boosted rates, and that is a con, but it's also a pro to people who want an easier experience. Also, you can always find a server that gives you the rates that you like, so you don't have to go to a super boosted server and feel like, this is too easy or whatever. You can go to a server that's slightly boosted, or you can go to an unofficial server that has official rates, although I personally don't see why you do that. Like, if you're going to be on an unofficial server, at least get some boosted rates so you don't have to spend fucking months getting to wherever you want to go to. But if that's the type of gameplay you like, then that's the type of gameplay you like, and maybe the added admin rules and that sort of stuff adds to it for you, and you can enjoy that. But yeah, it feels like less like a hardcore survival experience with boosted rates. It really does. The next con is there are no map clusters available on PS4 yet. That means you can't switch from the island to Scorched Earth to the center. You can't transfer between them. You can only play on one server, one map at a time, and that's really limiting. That means on the island you can't be using whips and shit unless someone spawns them in. You can't be using fire arrows. You can't be using wyverns and golems unless someone spawns them in. And yeah, that's very limiting. I don't like that. When they got server clusters, that's going to be really, really good. That's going to really add, like, that's really, when the servers on PS4 are like the servers on PC, then I think the official servers will start to dwindle, because I just believe the unofficial route is just way better than the official route. Personally for me, obviously you may have different opinions and whatnot, but I just believe that if they have cluster servers and whatnot, then there's probably going to be a boom in unofficial servers and people migrating over there. The next con, and I think the last con, is PS4 dedicated servers have to be hosted from a PS4 currently, which is very taxing on the PS4 hardware. Now the PS4 can overheat, it can break down, it can just shut off, it can do whatever the fuck it wants to do. And it's not a stable system to be hosting fucking servers off, so it's generally not the greatest idea, and it's very costly if you want to get into server hosting. You can't just feel like, I really want to host a server, let me just, put some hard work in and plan it and whatnot and spend £20 a month or something. No, you have to buy a whole new PS4 for like £200. You have to dedicate your time to fucking setting that up on there and doing all that sort of stuff, and then you have to keep that powered. You have to keep that powered constantly, so you have to pay for electricity to keep the server up and keep the PS4 up so that other people can log in and whatnot, and it's like a 24/7 server. Or you might have to bring the server down, and that's also a con with unofficial servers. They might not be 24/7. I forgot to include that because I was here talking about the 24/7 servers as, I'm talking about the servers which are closer to the official servers but with like unofficial rates basically. So yeah, that's all the information that I've got for you guys on the player dedicated versus official servers. In my experience, I believe the unofficial servers, I'm having way more fun over there. I had a lot of fun on official servers with my tribe and whatnot, but it got very stressful running a tribe and dealing with a bunch of salty bastards who tried to hunt us down because I was a YouTuber and stuff. And I just couldn't be bothered to dedicate a month of my life or a lot of time of my life to revenge on an online game. It just started to get a bit silly, and I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. It's really not worth me dedicating all this time just to come out on top and be like, you bitch, I won. Like, it's really not worth it. All those sleepless nights, all that waking up at fucking super god knows what time in order to defend the base and stuff. It's very time consuming, and I couldn't be bothered to deal with all that stress and all those responsibilities anymore. Now I'm playing solo on an unofficial server, and I'm having way more fun. The server that I'm playing on is a PvP server, but the creator just set it to PvE for the next 3 days so everyone can build up and then engage in some PvP. And I enjoy that mindset. I enjoy the mindset of, everyone should build up and then engage in PvP instead of just, trying to take someone out before they have the opportunity to build up so they don't become a threat and that sort of stuff. So it's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. I think I personally prefer unofficial servers, but if you've listened to these lists today and you believe that the pros and cons of official do it for you more than the pros and cons of unofficial, then obviously the unofficial is the route that you should be going down, and you can have a bunch of fun over there. I'd say try both. If you're new to the game, I'd say try unofficial first. If you have been playing official for a while and you haven't tried that unofficial, I'd say go and try unofficial for a little while. Maybe try some boosted rates, see how you like it. And yeah, let us know down below which you play. If you play official or if you play unofficial, what kind of rates are on your server and whether you enjoy it or not, what the rules are, that sort of stuff. I think it'd be really interesting to see what's out there, what people are enjoying, what the choices are, and what's going on basically. And I'd really like to engage in that conversation as well. And if you want to discuss it on the Discord with me, you can join the Ark PS4 Discord using the link in the description. If you want to check out the rest of my videos, you can use the link on the playlist. Just use the playlist on the screen. Be sure to hit that like button. Also be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more videos. And if you want to help me host a player dedicated server, then you can donate using the paypal.me link in the description down below, and that will help me purchase another fucking PS4 so that I can host a server and play with all the subscribers and you guys and get involved. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.